wanted to touch on something. Now, you grew up in the Bay Area. Who were some of your influences? Because that's like a hot
High
spot for some
five,
creative
man.
artists. Lenny Williams, In Vogue, Tony Tone, Tupac, even Master P, Beats by the Pound. You know what I'm saying?
You touched on a bunch of people I know. Tupac, my brother and Tupac was good friends. My brother lived up. Did you ever see the movie about Tupac? Remember the dude Tron they was talking about? That's my first cousin. The real guy is Antron Gregory, Gregory, and that's my first cousin. My brother and Pac was tight. Tony used to be our backup band. Remember that when I tell you Pete saw us in Sacramento? That's when Tony was our backup band. And In Vogue, Tommy and Denny. Let's see who else. Jay King. All them my homeboys. I know them personally. We all know each other well. Yeah. E40. Shit, he used to live around the corner from me. And when I lived in Lawler Ranch.
Mac
Um,
Dre, rest in peace, Bay Area.
Mac Dre, man. Let's see who else. Mac Mall.
Yeah.
This can go on, man. We all, and it was just couple of studios. We always end up at the Grill Studio. We end up at Pajama Studio or Blind Joe's. Now, if you go to any three of them, you're gonna see somebody that's now famous. You know, like Frankie Beverly. He used to be at Blind Joe's studio, man. I knew him. You know what I mean? I know his his wife. She used to be a news anchor on Channel 4. And so, it's like we all know each other, man. The Bay Area is big, but it's also small when it comes to the music game.
That's
Me and
what's up.
Raphael Sadiq is like this.
Oh
And
yeah,
my
Zion.
boy,
Yeah.
you remember Mob Music with E40 of them? And
Yeah.
let's see, Sam Bostic, and it was Mike Mosley. Me and Sam go back to the seventh grade. We got our first record deal when we was 13 with Motown. So we like, you know what I'm saying? We've been doing this, man. We've been doing it for a long time. hmm I
Man,
mean,
let me
but
ask you.
not
Yeah.
just on those small level. We got our first record deal with Motown when we was 13. So we've been on a high level for years, man. God just blessed us because we came from the funk. You know what I'm saying? There was certain levels you had to be on if you wanted to make it in the music industry, especially coming from the Bay.
Wow, man, I wanted to ask you about that. You said you connected with Motown Records. That's like the epitome of black music. What was that experience like, especially as you said 13?
Yeah, man. Let me tell you about that show. uh, what's it? What was it? Anthony Carmel. Okay, so I was 13 years old. The very first song I ever recorded, okay, it was a Friday. We recorded in Berkeley, right? I lived in Richmond, so we caught the BART back home. Get off, I wake up in the morning, I look out my window. It's this dude playing the guitar, right? Older cat. So I played the guitar. So I went over there and he was like, damn, bro, I said, let me play your guitar. He was like, all right. So I'm playing it. He was like, oh, you funky. You funky for a little dude. I said, hey, man, you want to hear my song? He said, you write songs too? I was like, yeah, man, I write. So I gave him a cassette, right? He popped the cassette in. He was like, this ain't you. Now, this guy's name is Anthony Carmichael. This dude, people lived in my neighborhood. Anthony Carmichael produced Lionel Richie. I had no idea who this dude I was talking to. He was just some cool dude playing the guitar, right? He was like, look, man, what I want you to do is go home. I'm gonna have Anna Gay Gordy, which is Barry Gordy's sister, Marvin Gaye's wife, call y'all and hook you up with Motown. And sure enough, man, I went home about 10 minutes later. It was Anna Gay Gordy on the phone. The next weekend, we was in Beverly Hills, man, on Outpost Drive. That day, I met Marvin Gaye. But I told him, this is what I said, Marv, it was a pleasure meeting you, however, man. I got to meet Mike, man. I'm a huge Michael Jackson fan, right? Huge Prince fan. And oddly enough, I never met either one of them personally. Um, I met Michael Jackson's mom, and I just told her how wonderful I thought she was and how she raised her kids. And, um, all my homeboys played with Prince. My boy Miko Weaver, he's like my mentor. Uh, he played with Prince, Raphael Sadiq, uh, uh, Christian. All of my homeboys played, but I never got a chance to meet them. You know, God rest both their souls.
Yeah, rest in peace to them
Mhm.
kings for sure. Especially Marvin, man. You got to meet him. Yeah, that's one of
I
my
met
favorites.
Marvin, man. I hear he was rolling too. I said, Marvin, I love you, man. But check it out. I got to. He was like, well, I'm sure you about to meet him, man. You guys are with Motown, and so I got a chance to meet some other cats like uh, who not what's the little light skinned dude's name? You get old, start
The
forgetting folks'
bar.
names. The Bars. I met Elder Bars, man. I had wrote this song called Breathe that was in the movie Last Dragon. So I'm really telling you how old I am, right? So,
That's
but I was
banging.
young though. But now keep in mind, I was only like four. Now I'm about like 14, right? And so, Elder Bars taught me this cool little trick on how to write songs, and it speeds up the process like this. And so he taught me a lot, man. I learned a lot from etiquette, all that wonderful stuff like grooming your artists and stuff. That's Motown was still into that. And so I went through that whole little training process. And I give that to the guys in my group now. Well, like my son is the lead singer of Sons of Funk. I got another youngster, Troy. He's with us, and then another original member, Josh Chu. He's still with us. So man, we getting down like Bobby Brown and Chris Brown.